There's a guy in my shop since last week. He showed up with a brand new pickup truck, one of those that looks like it came straight out of a video game. Shiny, imposing, with more technology than my house and a screen on the dashboard that looks like it belongs in a movie theater. He asked me to check it out because something about the engine sounded off. I got in, started it up, and within 2 seconds I knew this guy had made a mistake. Not because the truck itself was bad, it was a good truck, but it wasn't the truck he needed. And when he told me how much he'd paid for it, I almost fell over backward. $82,000. And to top it all off, the guy wasn't going to haul even a bag of cement, wasn't going to tow anything bigger than a bicycle, and he lived in a city where parking a truck that size is like trying to fit an elephant in an elevator. He asked if there was anything I could do to make the engine sound less strange. I told him yes, I could fix the noise, but I couldn't fix the mistake he'd made in buying it. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today, because I've seen too many people, too many working people, too many families spend their savings on trucks that are going to make them miserable. Trucks that look amazing at the dealership and end up being a headache from the first month. Trucks that depreciate faster than a wet phone. Trucks that have engine problems, transmission problems, electronic problems, and that are going to leave you stranded in the middle of the road with a repair bill that costs more than the truck itself. And the worst part is, the industry knows this. Dealerships know which models are problematic. Salespeople know which trucks have the most complaints. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to show you the chrome, the giant screen, the leather seats, and get you to sign a contract before you even realize what you're buying. So today I'm going to do something no dealership salesperson is going to do. I'm going to give you the list of the 12 trucks you should least buy this year. Now, before we get into the full ranking, I have to mention something. Everything I'm going to show you today, the problems, the costs, the repairs, and the tricks for spotting a problem truck before you buy it, is just a part of a much larger document. I call it the Practical Mechanics Handbook. It's a 3-volume set containing buying guides for all types of vehicles, the chronic problems of each make and model, the tools you need to diagnose problems before they become disasters, and methods for negotiating with dealerships knowing exactly what you're buying. There's a special offer right now for those watching the video. You'll find the link in the description and a QR code in the top right corner of the screen. That's the rest of the knowledge salespeople don't want you to have. But back to the ranking, because what I'm about to tell you is the game changer. Let's get straight to the point. Here are the 12 trucks you should least buy in 2026, starting with the least bad and ending with the truly catastrophic ones. Number 12. Chevrolet Silverado 1500, 2024 and newer. It pains me to put this one here because it's a truck that's been a mainstay of the industry for decades. But recent models have had serious problems with the fuel injection system. The 8-cylinder engine, which should be the heart of the truck, has been failing in the cylinder deactivation system. That system shuts off some cylinders when full power isn't needed, to save fuel. But in practice, the hydraulic lifters that control that system are failing prematurely. The problem is so common that shops already have a name for it: lifter failure. The repair costs between $2,500 and $4,000. If your truck is out of warranty, you're going to have to pay that out of pocket. The problem is that the system is designed in such a way that when a lifter fails, it can damage the camshaft and the entire engine, so a $2,500 repair can easily turn into a $10,000 one. Number 11. Ram 2500 2023 and newer, with a 6.7-liter Cummins engine. Now, don't get confused. The Cummins engine is one of the best diesel engines in the world. The problem isn't the engine. The problem is everything around it. Recent Ram models have had issues with the emissions control system, specifically the exhaust gas recirculation (EGR) and selective catalytic reduction (SCR) systems. These systems are required to meet emissions standards, but in practice, they're constantly failing. Sensors get damaged, urea injectors get clogged, and the entire system goes into limp mode, which reduces the truck's power to a minimum. I've seen trucks sitting in the shop for weeks waiting for replacement parts, and the repair can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. If you use the truck for work, that means weeks without income. Number 10. Ford F-150 2024 and 2025 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine. This engine has a problem with the timing chain system. The chain stretches prematurely. When the chain stretches, the engine loses timing. This means the valves don't open and close at the correct time, The engine starts to sound like it has a bunch of marbles inside. If not repaired promptly, the chain can break, and the engine is completely destroyed. I've seen timing chains fail at 60,000 kilometers, when they should last twice as long. Timing chain repair costs between $500 and $2,500. And if the engine is destroyed, the repair can cost more than $8,000. Number 9. Toyota Tundra, 2022-2024 model year. 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 engine. Toyota is known for its reliability, but this truck has a problem that Toyota engineers didn't see coming. The engine is having turbocharger issues. The turbo lubrication system isn't working properly under certain driving conditions, and the turbos are failing before 50,000 kilometers. The problem is, turbos aren't cheap. Each turbo costs around $2,500, and this truck has 2. Add labor, and you're looking at a bill of over $4,000. Toyota is working on a solution, but for now, if you buy one, you're betting your truck won't have the problem. Number 8. GMC Sierra 1500, 2024 and 2025. It shares the same problem as the Chevrolet Silverado because it's essentially the same truck. Same engine, same cylinder deactivation system, same problematic lifts. But the Sierra has an additional problem that's specific to GMC. The rear air suspension system, a popular option, is experiencing leaks and compressor failures. Air suspension is expensive to repair. A new compressor costs around $800, and airbags can cost another $500 each. And leaks aren't always easy to find, meaning the shop may charge several hours of diagnostics just to pinpoint the problem. Number 7. Nissan Titan, 2023 and 2024. Nissan has had problems with the 7-speed automatic transmission in the Titan. The transmission has torque converter failures that cause vibrations and jerking when accelerating. It's a problem that appears between 30,000 and 60,000 kilometers. Nissan's solution has been to replace the entire transmission in many cases. A new transmission costs around $5,500. There are some Titans that have lasted longer, but the risk is high. Number 6. 2024. Ford Ranger, 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine. This is a smaller but equally troublesome problem. The direct fuel injection system is causing carbon buildup on the intake valves. Carbon buildup can cause misfires, loss of power, and significantly increased fuel consumption. The problem is that cleaning the valves is not a simple fix. In many cases, part of the engine must be disassembled to access the valves. A complete cleaning can cost between $800 and $1,200, and if they are not cleaned promptly, they can permanently damage the valves and valve seats. Number 5. Ram 1500 2024 and 2025 models with the 5.7-liter Hemi engine. The Ram 1500 has a similar problem to the Silverado, but instead of the hydraulic lifters, the problem lies in the variable valve timing system. The actuator that controls the variable valve timing can seize, causing the engine to run erratically and the check engine light to illuminate frequently. The actuator costs around $300, but labor to replace it can be expensive because it's in a difficult-to-reach position. The problem doesn't destroy the engine, but it can cause long-term damage if not repaired promptly. Number 4. 2024. GMC Canyon 2.7-liter turbocharged engine. This mid-size pickup has been having cooling system problems. The water pump is failing prematurely. The water pump is what circulates the coolant through the engine to keep it at the correct temperature. When it fails, the engine overheats. I've seen water pumps in the Canyon fail as early as 20,000 kilometers. A new water pump costs around $300, and the labor to replace it can be between $500 and $800. But the real danger isn't the cost of the pump. It's that if the engine overheats, it can damage the head gasket, and that's a repair that costs well over $2,000. Number 3. 2024. Chevrolet Colorado, same engine as the Canyon, same water pump problem. It's essentially the same truck as the GMC Canyon, so it shares the same issues. If you're considering a mid-sized truck from Chevrolet or GMC, keep in mind that this problem is real and well documented. Number 2. A 2025 Ford F-250 with the 6.7-liter Power-Stroke diesel engine. This is a serious problem. The high-pressure fuel injection system is failing in newer models. The common rail injection system, which is used in most modern diesel engines, has injection pumps that can fail and send metal shavings throughout the system. That means they have to replace not only the pump, but also all the injectors, the entire fuel system, and clean the tank. We're talking about a repair that can easily cost over $10,000. Ford has issued some service campaigns for certain models, but not all are covered. Number 1. Jeep Gladiator 2024 and newer. This is the truck that has had the most problems in recent years, and it's not just one problem. There are several. The steering system, which is the same as the Wranglers, has a known issue with play in the steering. The truck sways from side to side on the road. It's exhausting to drive on the highway. The front suspension wears out prematurely. The 3.6-liter engine has problems with the hydraulic lifters like the Silverado. The 8-speed automatic transmission has programming problems and harsh shifts. And to top it all off, the price is exorbitant for what it offers. Some of my customers have spent over $5,000 on repairs in the first year of owning a Gladiator. It's a truck that looks good, has a unique style, and is very capable off-road. But the cost of maintaining it is so high that it's not worth it. It's the truck I've seen in my shop with the most problems in the last 3 years. Now, let me be fair. All of these trucks have good points. The Silverado is comfortable. The F-150 has impressive towing capacity. The Ram has a luxurious interior. The Toyota is famous for its durability. But the problems I've mentioned are real, and dealerships aren't going to sit down and talk to you about them. So when you see one of these trucks at a dealership, ask specifically about these problems. Ask if they've been fixed in the model you're looking at. Ask if there's a service campaign. Ask how much it costs to fix these problems if they're out of warranty. If the salesperson doesn't know the answer, or if they give a vague answer, you know you need to be careful. And here's the golden rule I've learned after 25 years. Don't buy a truck in the first year of a new design. The auto industry always has problems in the first few years of a new design or a major redesign. Wait until the second or third year, when the problems have been fixed. The first generation is always the one with the most problems. Another tip. If you're going to buy a used truck, look for the models I mentioned and check the maintenance history. If the previous owner had transmission or fuel system problems, you'll find that in the repair records. Don't just rely on the exterior appearance. And if you already own one of these trucks, don't worry. Not all of them will have problems. I've seen Gladiators that have lasted 100,000 kilometers without issue. I've seen Silverados that have lasted much longer. But the risk is higher than with other models. If you already own one, perform preventative maintenance. Change the oil more frequently than the manual recommends. Check the fuel system regularly. And if you hear a strange noise, don't wait. Take it to a shop before the problem becomes a catastrophe. I want to finish with this. 25 years ago, when I started in the shop, I didn't have anyone telling me which trucks to avoid. I learned by repairing the ones that broke down, seeing the same problems over and over again, listening to my customers tell their stories of frustration with dealerships. I learned that the auto industry isn't always on the buyer's side. I learned that the best way to save money isn't to negotiate a good price, but to buy a truck that won't break down. All that information, all those lists, all those chronic problems with each model, the tools to diagnose a used truck before you buy it, the tricks to let salespeople know you know what you're buying. I've compiled it all into a file I call the Practical Mechanic's Handbook. It's 3 volumes containing detailed guides for every make and model, the specific problems of each generation, the service campaigns dealerships don't always mention, and the real maintenance costs no one tells you when you're signing the contract. If you found this video helpful, if you like the style, and if you want to learn more, I have a special offer for you. You'll find the link in the video description and a QR code in the top right corner of the screen. That's full access to all 3 volumes of the handbook. It includes all the trucks I've mentioned today and many more. The problems, the repairs, the hidden costs, and the models that are truly worth it. The knowledge that has taken me 25 years to learn and that I have decided to share with those who want to buy a truck without regret. You don't have to buy anything today, but if you want the complete information, the kind that will save you thousands of dollars in repairs and headaches, the link is there, and if not, that's fine too. With what I've shown you today, you already have enough to start asking smart questions at the dealership, and that's more than 90% of buyers do. Let me know in the comments which truck you're considering buying, or if you already own one of the ones I mentioned. Tell me about your experience. I read all the comments and reply whenever I can. If you have questions about a particular model, ask. and I'll give you my honest opinion. Remember, a truck isn't just a vehicle. It's a work tool, a family investment, a decision that will affect your finances for years. Take the time to research. Don't be swayed by appearances. Ask questions, investigate, and if you have any doubts, think twice before signing. That's the difference between a buyer who regrets their purchase and someone who buys with confidence. And you, with what you've learned today, are much closer to being in the latter group. Until next time. Take care of your vehicles, and don't buy a truck that will make you unhappy.